Hey there, everybody. Scott here today. Hope you guys are doing great, and I hope you guys are staying safe and warm in all of this winter weather that we've had here lately. Kind of crazy, huh? And we're getting it this weekend here in the South. It's just starting today, so we'll get our fair share of it too. Today, I'd like to talk about the subject of fear mongering and maybe just share a little bit of advice with people out there who seem to be getting caught up in a lot of this stuff. I'm sure that some of you guys have seen the video that was just sent out recently by the YouTube user Epizudi, and it was a warning video about the pole shift that supposedly is going to happen in March of this year, and it's going to be utter chaos and catastrophic events and things like that. And I'll go on the record and say, honestly, I have not studied this pole shift theory very much. The reason is that honestly, I'm not sure that I am convinced that that's going to happen. So therefore, I have not put a lot of research into it. But you can bet now, this weekend, I will. And if it needs to be debunked, in my opinion, then I will do so. But, the thing that I'm seeing is that video, it was taken down off of his channel pretty quickly. I'm not sure why it was taken down, but there were people who downloaded it themselves before it was pulled and made copies of it, and they uploaded it all over YouTube. And the video, has basically kind of gone viral. And today, Epizudi made another video addressing Alex Jones directly. Apparently, on Alex Jones' show recently, there was a woman who called in claiming to be part of the White House, and that she had information saying that the White House is aware of this pole shift event, and that they had information concerning it and were aware of it and all that. And then Alex Jones went to break, and when he came back to break, he didn't even mention it anymore. When he uploaded a video to YouTube of that segment of the show, he edited out that portion, and this guy's all concerned about why Alex Jones would do that and all that. In the video, Epizudi was talking about how he believed Alex Jones was this great man of integrity. Now, really? Alex Jones? A man of integrity? See, alright. Now, I think that probably most intelligent people know and realize that to say that Alex Jones is a man of integrity and honesty would probably be a very far-fetched statement. I am not a supporter of Alex Jones. I think that about 95% of what he produces is BS. And you guys have to realize that people like Alex Jones, who are in the industry reporting this kind of stuff, they make a living by bringing you fear-mongering news. So if they're not keeping you interested, if they're not keeping you scared and afraid by bringing you all of this horrific news and stories, then they're not making any money. So of course they're going to bring you all of this bad news, and whether it's true or not true, they're still going to earn a living based on their ratings. So it's their job to keep you in fear. Now, I have seen over the past 2 years, especially here on YouTube, a trend for people just to jump on any bandwagon and believe anything that they hear. And there is probably a huge majority of people out there who at one time or another have fallen into that trap. And you need to be careful about what you're listening to and what you're taking as truth, especially when it comes to these people who are making YouTube videos. Because a lot of times people are just hearing information and they're not researching it, and they're just jumping the gun and making videos and putting it out there. And, anytime, it's like a rumor. Somebody tells one person, they tell another person, they tell another person, and before you know it, it's spread like wildfire all over the place, whether it's true or not. I have a belief that you should believe what you can prove. And a lot of times that's going to mean that when you hear something, you're going to have to stop and you're going to have to do some research for yourself. And if you can prove the facts that you have been told, then believe that is truth. But if you can't prove it, if there's no substantial proof, then why would you believe it in the first place? That's just ridiculous. And I see a lot of people living their lives in fear over all of this stuff that they keep hearing. And, day in and day out, they're living in fear, and they're basing their lives and their emotions on a lot of this stuff when probably a good portion of it isn't true. We've all seen examples of people who have put up videos on YouTube and only later to be debunked because it didn't happen. And, each one of us who make videos have a responsibility to our viewership to make sure that what we're bringing to the public can be proven as fact and not just hearsay. That's one of the reasons why I quit doing so many videos along those lines, is because I don't want to be responsible for needlessly scaring individuals. Now, that's not to say that there isn't bad things going on and that bad things aren't going to happen, because they are. I think probably all of us know that the earth is changing. We're seeing a greater increase in natural disasters. The weather has been just insane lately. We've got volcanoes going off, we've got earthquakes, things like that. And, yes, there are changes that are occurring. Yes, there are things that are being done, behind our backs and in the governments and in organizations and things like that. And I think that stuff like that, is going to continue to increase. Yes, we've got economic problems. Yes, those are going to continue to get worse. Yes, we are facing some terrible, terrible times coming up in the future. But we don't need to be in fear of every single thing that we hear. We need to be able to stop, listen to what we're being told, and then ourselves get out there, do the research, do the work, find the information. If we can prove it, great. We can take that at face value. But if we can't find any tangible proof of what's being said, you need to throw it away and not be concerned with it. So I hope you guys will listen to what I'm saying, because I see in these, in these movements on YouTube, and not just YouTube, but just all around the world, basically. But there are people out there who are opportunistic people, and a lot of times they are going to take advantage of individuals because they know that they can, and that even falls over into the realm of truth movement, patriot movement, things like that. And you guys just need to be careful about who you're listening to and what information you're being fed, because I see a lot of people making irrational decisions and acting in ways that they probably wouldn't normally, because they're being fed a lot of this information and they're not stopping to check the facts. They're just believing it at face value. And I think that it's causing a great deal of harm to a lot of people. So, you guys just be careful at what you're listening to, and, check your facts, check the individuals who are bringing you that information, and, just keep your level head about things. Anyway, guys, that's just some advice. You take care. God bless. Bye-bye.